You know, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Seriously though, like I actually am. But that's why I think now is a great time to own a diesel vehicle. See, you may look at the scrutiny around compression ignition engines and think it's a bad thing, but I think it's a positive because it proves just how great these engines are. But just like with anything in life, there are a few things you should consider before you make the switch to diesel. For starters, there's still a bit of a stigma around them. Dieselgate's not totally to blame, but the scandal definitely didn't help them catch on in this part of the world. Plenty of folks think of diesels as loud, soot-spewing tractor engines, and all those coal-rolling diesel bros definitely aren't making them look any better. But the reality is that diesels can be pretty quiet, especially new ones like the straight six you can get in the GMC Sierra and Chevy Silverado. There's still a bit of that familiar clatter when you're idling, but it's nothing like it used to be. Something else to consider before buying a diesel is whether the one you're looking at uses diesel exhaust fluid. DEF helps break down the nitrogen oxide emissions produced by diesels, and it's about as easy to top up as your washer fluid. But it's still an added expense and inconvenience to keep in mind. Another thing to think about is whether diesel is going to be available when you need it. Don't get me wrong, it's not as hard to come by as hydrogen, but not every gas station has it, especially in the city. It can also be a bit more expensive than regular grade gasoline, so keep that in mind too. They can also have a hard time starting in the winter since diesel gels in colder temperatures, though that's usually not a problem with modern engines. But then there are the trade-offs like all the low-end torque diesel engines make or the awesome fuel economy you get. All that torque is great for towing with a truck like this, but it also makes for surprisingly quick acceleration when you get on the skinny pedal. And then there's that fuel consumption that's incredibly low out on the highway and can easily top hybrids, which tend to do better around town. I own a 2014 Volkswagen Golf TDI wagon and I consistently average about 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Even the Sierra diesel burns less than 10 liters per 100, which is absolutely ridiculous for a full-size truck. It's a shame diesel never caught on here like it did in other parts of the world, but now more than ever, I think it's worth considering before your next purchase. Hey, can I get a top up?